Hello and welcome back to the colony with Man of the Antz, playing some more of the ever wonderful Empires of the Undergrowth today. So last time, obviously we had the new leafcutter update, and a big thank you again for Slug Disco for providing me some early access to that. So we had a go at the harvest, but it was our first ever time with leafcutters, and we struggled a little bit towards the end, so we failed that mission, but then we did do frontline, and we managed to do that one and complete that one on medium only, whereas as you all know, we've done hard mode on all the other ones. So at some point we'll have to come to these and do hard mode as well. But today we're going to get the Harvest 3.1 done on medium, and then after that we shall do the Formicarium Challenge, as obviously we haven't seen what that holds for us yet. But the only thing I'm going to do in the Formicarium so far, because it's obviously very bare bones at the moment, is I'm just going to get this dug out here, and we're just going to send some of these nursery ants off to get some of the food that's there, just so we can start gathering the food and get prepared for the colony growth, the Formicarium growth. We do have the new majors as well we can have now as well, but they take quite a lot of food, as we discussed before. So yeah, there's lots of stuff we need to get done in here ready for the challenge. And obviously, we mentioned last time, we do need to do these upgrades as well. We can deal with that in another episode, because we've got pretty much enough jelly now to do, excuse me, to do all of them. I think we figured out last time. So from now on, we can concentrate on getting the food bonuses when we complete a level. So let's move these. In fact, no, let's not move them yet. Let's put down food tiles. We don't have enough food to get a food tile. Okay, so let's move those over there and get them going out there. So while they're doing that, we'll take a quick look. The sound's cut out because I've had to alt-tab to a different window. We'll take a quick look at the comments. Obviously, there was a lot of love for the last video, so thank you guys so much. There's been a lot of new subs, a lot of new views. So thank you guys for all your support. That's been awesome, which means there's also quite a lot of comments. So I probably won't do all the comments, but I will try and skim through most of them. First of all, there was the comment from Slug Disco, just saying they've been looking forward to this. But we've been looking forward to it as well, Slug Disco. Good job, guys. If you're not aware, of course, Slug Disco are the developers of the game. Oh, I mean, as I say, there are quite a few. At least one person said they were going to buy the game based on the video, which is awesome. I'm so glad. That was the weird saying. So glad that the video inspired you to pick the game up. That's really, really awesome. A few people saying about strategies and saying about the fact that obviously there aren't any strategies to the game yet. So some people suggested a few things, but by and large, people are holding off to see how it all pans out as the community progresses and gets the ideal optimal strategies for the leafcutter levels. Something that a few people did mention was the fact that in the first level, which is what we're going to have a go at today, as I said, you can kill the enemy queen. If you just move your pheromone marker to the enemy ant entrance, you can kill their queen. The main problem I seemed to have last time is I didn't disrupt the enemy's food supply. I didn't disrupt their chains, so that's what we're going to really focus on today. Disrupting their chains and also killing their queen. The other thing that a few people mention is that I do have a bit of a habit of talking over the audio in games. Now, a lot of this comes from streaming, where people don't stop chatting anyway, but it also comes because I don't ever play with subtitles off. If there's subtitles option, it's always on. But obviously it wasn't on here, and that's because subtitles didn't exist to start with. But Slug Disco did point out that they've added that option, so I've added that now. And to the people that did miss out on the voiceovers, the narration in the game, apologies for talking over that like an idiot. A couple of people saying they're new subs, which is awesome, as I said. Holy Baguette, Pokemon Guy, thank you guys so much. Monib said focus on the medias first after making a few workers. A few people said that actually, that you should get a few workers to get you going, but then just do the medias. Don't worry about... Come on, I did say at the end of the last one, I think, that my plan was just to basically get like all workers. Just get as many workers as I can, and then get a bit of an army going on afterwards. But people did say go for the medias rather than the workers, so we'll take that in mind. Domin Keblik said, just a tip, you don't need more than 7 leaf stores. If you upgrade them to level 3, you'll never need to get more than that. So that's very good to know. And obviously he also did say that the refuses are going to be a bit more of a problem, because even though upgrading them allows you to hold more, it doesn't dispose of the refuse faster. So we do need to keep an eye on that. But we shouldn't need more than 7 leaf stores. We're certainly in the second mission, I think. We did end up with a full 19, I believe. A. Carlo said, why did I pick medium? Why didn't I just take the easy victory? And it's just because I think I've always defaulted to medium in the game. I've never gone for easy before. And one of the things I said when I replied to him was, it gives a nice comparison to all. If you go back and watch the other videos at all, you have a nice comparison to how those levels are. Whereas I think if I did this on easy, then it kind of is a bit stands on its own, really, doesn't it? You don't have anything to compare it to. So, and he also said increase your numbers quickly. That's your first challenge and priority, which makes a lot of sense. Saeed Motakin saying you can go into the enemy's nest, and Manib said that as well, actually. You can go into the nest and kill the queen. Renzi's just very excited to see the leafcutters, as we all are. You need to kill their queen. Bailey Ray says we'd love to see on Insanity. Well, wouldn't we all? But one thing at a time. Let's do medium first, then we'll do hard, and then we'll look up to it after that. And then Nigel as well said, yeah, cut off the leafcutter ant supply and then go for the queen. Obviously do that before you get to 10,000 food, otherwise you can't do that. Bailey Ray also said build order is food tiles, then 3 workers, then refuse tiles, and then 34 workers, and then 15 soldiers. So he's actually suggesting something a little different, going for a bigger group of workers rather than soldiers. And then, yeah, Dragon Mac making a fairly similar suggestion. 7 workers, and then 2 bigger separate, which I think he means 2 bigger groups of workers, medias. And harass their first 2 farming areas. So they'll only have medium workers, so you should be able to take them out fairly easy at that point. So we'll give it a go. We'll give it a go and see what happens. So thank you guys, like I say, for all your support and all that. It has been absolutely wonderful. So let's stick... I did hear someone did say, I think there's some sort of major... or not major, I'll rephrase that. Some sort of known issue with the stun mages. I said major because I was looking at the word major repeatedly. And said that maybe that Slug Disco might be looking to buff those at some point. So I don't really know what the exact issue is with them. I'm not too worried at the moment because I think getting them to level 3 is going to... It's like, what? 400... That took me way too long to figure out. 450 food per major to get to level 3. So I don't think that's going to be much of a concern for us at this stage. And that's a lot of food to get on the majors. So let's take another crack at 3-1 and see how we go. So first of all, let's just dig up here. Oh my good lord, that is very loud in my ears.
The leaf litter of the rainforest floor. The nutritious fungus she fed.
So got a little bit of food there. Let's build. If we only need 7 tiles, we'll build our leaf store there.
The juicy grubs nearby are a staple meal for many underground opportunists. But for now at least, they will go ignored. This budding Atacephalotis leafcutter colony has only one viable source of food, and it
so the first one is free, isn't it? So let's get the first one done. And then let's look at just immediately sending them outside to start getting some leaves in. We need to build a refuse pile, but I don't want to do that too far. I want to do that really, I think, quite central. So let's see if we can fit the refuse pile in here. If we put it there, because most of the chambers are going to come off the queen anyway, aren't they? And then let's start sending these workers.
These beetle larvae are distant relatives of the European.
Oh, if we unlock something, we have.
Despite a few million years of separation,
hopefully they'll be okay with that.
Appetite, razor-sharp pincers, and most importantly,
I could do that, couldn't I? Get a few more over.
Final form.
There we go, perfect. Right, so let's start sending them outside to gather some leaves.
A small scouting party of minor workers could lead any number of deadly jungle creatures back to...
So that's going to be our refuse pile, so we'll make 1 refuse. And then we need to look at getting...
The workers have located a patch of young seedlings. Just what they were looking for. The leaves are soft enough to be sliced up with ease and carried back to...
So we'll get another 7 workers, I think. And then after that, we'll look at getting some more... we'll work on the medias. And then we'll look at going up here and really messing up these guys.
The harvested leaf chunks are not eaten directly. Instead, they are used by the very smallest minim workers to cultivate a nutritious fungus.
So we do have to move these down here so we can actually start digging this out, of course. Now we've got a few leaves in there, so the little minims can start coming down here. And cultivating some of these so we can get some moss on the go. So they're just coming back from a leaf forage, so they'll drop those leaves off and come down here and they'll make the refuse pile and they'll start digging this out. Once they've dug this out, because we've got a little bit of food in store, so we can build a few of these and we don't have to worry about taking the...
outside the nest have not gone unnoticed.
Ooh, being watched.
They are being watched.
So yeah, we can get at least four workers going, so we can actually get those doing something once those are hatched. There's our little new minims, lovely. We've got a lot of refuse on the go, so we're going to have to get rid of that pretty quick sharpish. I think we read all of these, so we'll just take a quick look through them. Build a leaf storage. Most plants are harvestable. Miners are the workers of the leaf cutter. Refuse is stored up and decomposes. Ants going through apart from the minims will suffer. Yes, that's fine. We know all of that. We will keep checking those as they pop up just to make sure that we're happy. Now there, so they are starting to hatch. So what I might do actually for now till we get the 7 is we'll keep the original 7 from this nest here on that group. And we'll leave the 4s in here doing the donkey work. So our refuse was almost full. It's starting to tick down a little bit. We're obviously going to have to build more quite soon. I'm hoping some leaves will make their way over here in a bit so we can... So that's the only thing that having a leaf store far away. It's further for the minims to carry it, isn't it? But on the other hand, it's not as far for everyone else. It doesn't really matter where you put it, I suppose, as long as it's a relatively direct line. Because the bonus you gain from having it close for the workers is negated by the distance the minims have to carry it. But like I say, if you had it down here, then they have to walk further, but the minims don't. So it's the same distance either way, really, isn't it? That's what I'm trying to get at. Right then. Now they've got a bit of food coming in and our refuse is almost full again. Let's build a couple more refuse tiles. What do these say? Remains need to be removed. That's fine. Every nursery child will you build will hatch a minim for free. That's fine as well. So we only need one more down here, and then we shall start working on our medias. Right, so let's get that done. So if we extended that another one, then the next then be a space, and then the next one here. So we want ideally, yeah. So that would be the outside. So this would be no, it needs to go down one, doesn't it? So I think we are going to end up with at least 19 of the medias at some point. So here we are. It's already popped up saying what our goal is.
Leaves are located to the north of the nest entrance. However, another atta colony has already laid claim.
So what I want to do now is as quick as possible.
Of these nests places the two colonies in direct competition.
Of course I don't have enough food yet. As quick as possible, get these built so we can get some leaves, and more importantly, we can start harassing their lines.
The unforgiving law of the undergrowth.
And I've immediately started talking over the narrator again. Nice, sorry about that. Right, let's get that done. And is it 50, 60? 80 for the medias. It's still a good old chunk, isn't it? What's this one? May push them back temporarily, but they will turn stronger. That's fine. If we can take out army ants, I think we can take out some more leaf cutters. Let's take a quick look outside. Let's see what's going on out here. I do love the way they have to scale these big plants to get the stuff. It's awesome. Looks really, really good. Right, so we're almost at the point where we can get our first media. It does seem like as much refuse as you can build, that's how much it will start using. Right, we can get our first one. Let's pop it down there in the middle. Perfect. And still, yeah, there's a lot of refuse still that the little minims need to deal with, isn't there? What does this say? The leafcutter media are the staple harvesters. Harvest twice the amount, which is obviously awesome, and they are not slowed. So let's stick that guy right over there. So yes, of course, because they can harvest twice as much, they're worth twice as much as these guys anyway. They do cost 4 times as much, I suppose, but still. Put that one too low, didn't I? Ah, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So there goes our first media, looking good and beefy. Look at that beef, lads. And ladies, of course. Look at him. Ah. I love the ridiculous size discrepancy between them. It's insane. So yeah, our opponent is flying ahead of us now. They're almost 500 leaf ahead of us. But the hope is when we start pushing them back, it's not going to matter how far ahead of us they are, because we will start terrorizing them. Yeah, our leaf stores are nowhere near full, look. Nowhere near. We can almost get another media. I'll try not to say it twice every time. Ooh, one of our ants died, did they? That's interesting. I wonder what killed them. I didn't see anything pop up saying they were involved in a struggly battle. That's a word, struggly. Don't look it up, though. Just take my word for it. So what I will do is I will swap these guys around, actually. Doesn't really make much difference. It's the same number, obviously, but I do like having the ones around the queen to be the ones who are actually associated with the nest. So yeah, 600 ahead of us now. So we do need to start looking at getting a nice little group of medias up. And then we could go and launch an attack on them. Spend some more time outside whilst we're waiting, because it does look so glorious. One of them's been in the refuse pile. Wonder if he was one of the ones from the old nursery group. So I want to see if it looks like there's a difference. Well, they do carry a good old chunk of leaf, don't they? I want to see if there's actually a difference in the amount they were carrying, but there definitely is.
Rainforest canopy shrouds all but
so did the enemy carry on harvesting during the night? I can't remember. Why are you just hanging out in the refuse pile, you idiots? Get out of there. Right, we can get a third media. Let's get them down. Looks like they do, doesn't it? No rest for the wicked and all that. Ah, yeah. See that that marker there? See the way the arrow's got the little... Well, the cursor arrow has a down arrow next to it, look. That's interesting, isn't it? I guess that means that's because I'll go into their nest. That's awesome. That is awesome. I'm excited about the chance of getting there, assuming we can, of course, get through this. So our leaf stores are starting to go up a little bit now that we've got a few medias working on it. So at some point, once we've got the first 7, we can look at upgrading the refuse and the leaf stores. If we do need to, of course. You actually had to split that in 2 to get into the different piles there. That was quite cool. So yes, they're 800 ahead of us now, aren't they? But that's fine. They can have their little boost and then we'll run in there afterwards and we'll show them how it's done. Why are these guys dying? Do they lose health in the refuse pile? I guess they must do, so they've definitely shouldn't be hurt, should they? I thought it just slowed them. Obviously it acts as a bit of a poison as well. Right, there's the next one. Get him down. Okay. So our refuse is totally starting to go down a little bit as well, which is good. What's that middle marker? Is that the space available? Ah, okay, that's quite cool. Yeah, so it's going up relatively fast now compared to what it was. Our opponent is almost 1,000 ahead of us though, aren't they? That's tricky. So do we immediately go for them? Can't really see how many... if we just get like both of these groups together and go up there, that might be quite effective. Do have a few medias, don't they? If we needed to get another group of medias here, we could probably put it in over here and deal with whatever that is. When it comes to doing the majors, I think probably up here. The layout of your nest is important to keeping things running smoothly. Leads needs to be stored, then taken by the minims to nursery chambers. Yes, that makes sense, but that's also fine. I mean, there's, like I say, although the leaf store is quite far away from everyone else, I don't think that makes a huge difference. Maybe we could have put it here, but then they've still got to walk all around that, haven't they? Because you don't want them walking through the refuse pile each time. But yeah, so it's not too far for the people carrying stuff in to put it, but then the minions have got a bit more of a walk. But yeah, I think it's going to balance out regardless of where you put it. As long as there's a nice straight path, I think that's the main thing. Right, let's get our 7th meteor down. And then should we try a little mini attack on these guys up here then? Try and push them back a little bit. Disrupt their chains. I think we might do. If we turn off their food gather, if we set a marker for like here and turn off their food gathering. I think we'll have a little go at disrupting them a little bit and see how it goes when we've just got 7 of each. We might be very early, but I am concerned that they are storming ahead so fast. So I think we do need... Oh, Lord. Okay, he buggered off straight away.
An ant has fallen prey to a wandering harvestman. Its long, slender legs keep its vulnerable body elevated high above the leaf litter. And when threatened, it can release strong-smelling odors to deter other predators.
So everyone go over there then, because that one ant went and annoyed that.
Striding nuisance away.
And we'll deal with this rather than dealing with the enemy ants. That's what we'll do. Oh, those are the jaw ants, aren't they? Those aren't even the... Okay, well this went a little wrong immediately.
Leafcutters aren't the only ants nearby. Whilst the 2 atta colonies joust for territory, Odontomachus bowery trapjaws roam the clearing. They can be found hunting alone or in small packs for vulnerable invertebrates to take back to their nest. They use snapping jaws to bludgeon their targets, exerting
so before they get
times their body
distracted by the harvester again, let's send them up here and have some fun. In the meantime, let's expand this nest.
Leafcutters will generally not attack unless provoked, but tonight there is too much at stake. Only a strong show of force will deter the opposing colony.
And in the meantime, let's get those guys going out there getting some leaves, because we're running out. I should have thought of that. Should have put them over there sooner. But no matter. They're sending a few meteors down to us, but then they are retreating.
Have retreated from one of their harvesting sites.
Let's keep it up.
They may have been easily startled this time, but they'll soon.
I'm tempted to go inside and just see what it's like, you know. I feel like that might be silly, but I'm also tempted to do it anyway. In the very least, let's take out a few more of their workers. Yeah, don't go back down there. I've already kicked you out of there. Oh, that's a major. That's a major. Run away, guys. Oh, that's lots of majors. Everyone run away. Which they're not doing. Okay, let's abandon the battle for now. Put those guys back over there. Oh, I don't know if we're going to win this one. Well, we might do. I think we're going to be okay, yeah. And what's going on down here? Oh, it's the bloody huntsman again. I think that guy's gone. He's a goner. He's a lost cause. Okay, well that's gone okay. We've got our refuse down to nothing. We've got lots of food in stock, so we can start looking at getting some more meteors. We can also look at upgrading our leaf store. What do we got here then? Harvestman is more of a pest than a threat, and the trapjaw ants are just updating us with those. That's fine, I can get rid of all that. So that's all of those upgrade. Oh, not all of them, is it? Actually, that one isn't. Let's do that one as well. Give ourselves some breathing room there. A couple more meteors hatched, which is nice. Now that should slow down this colony, hopefully quite a lot.
Daybreak
I was going to say, I thought you
arrived,
might be struggling
and the
there.
creatures of the night scurry back to the dark crevices of the undergrowth. For the ants, however, the objectives of the day remain.
I know there's no one in
unchanged.
Group 2 yet, but just in
Locate
case.
Vegetation, defend supply
there's nothing over there. I
and
thought that had a...
process leaves.
Didn't look like that had
There
been...
is
Oh,
no
I turned there...
time for rest.
Oh, it's that old malarkey again, isn't it?
A brightly patterned jumping spider
Is dead. Is dead.
has subdued one of the workers. This expert solo hunter combines extreme agility with incredible.
See, what I need to
vision,
do is have a
allowing
dedicated
him to
group,
pounce
don't
on
I? That's what I should have done last
prey
time.
with
We
pinpoint
can just move them
accuracy.
across to the other group. If we get rid of that pheromone marker. That's what we'll do next time. Come on, minims, move some leaves around. Thank you very much. That's more like it. Back to full force. Excellent. We are going to have to keep an eye over there because there's not much there, and we have a nice little herd of ants going to work as well. So I think next I'll send them up there. What have we got here? Jumping spiders. A refuse backlog. You need more minims. Cheapest way to get more minims is to get more worker. Of course, that makes sense, doesn't it? What is this up here? It's another jumping spider. That's not too much of a problem, is it? Do we need to worry about our refuse pile? I think we might. Let's upgrade a few of those. Just give us some breathing room there. And then let's carry on getting some more medias. Starting to get pretty low there, isn't it? I might start sending them... There's no big plants up there, though, is there? Yeah, I might start sending them over here. And then in a minute, we're going to have to go on another raid, I think. This has slowed them down, but they are still rapidly running away from us, aren't they? Right, so yeah, we'll get a few more medias, and they'll probably just take the medias alone. If we can get to at least 14, so it's twice as many as we had before. That's all we're up to at the moment. We're up to 12. There's 13. We'll get 14 soon enough, and then we can leave the workers gathering some leaves. Whilst we bugger off and harass the neighbours. We're starting to catch up a bit. We might just be. But then they do have 2 expedition forces out, don't they, at the moment? Right, so that's enough to get number 14. Let's get that one. And then let's consider... I think we should. Oh, we do have some trap jaws coming down, though. Oh, they're going to just go on by? They're just going to go on by. Let's put those back up. Yeah, they are. That one hasn't hatched yet. Why haven't you hatched yet? Mature, damn you, mature. There we go. Right. Let's go annoy some ants. There's a little jumping spider on the way who we might have to deal with, but... that's not too much of an issue. There's enough vegetation down there for the ones. Yeah, there's still some on that plant, isn't there? That's fine. Yeah, he's not going to get involved. He's only going to ambush ants if he gets a chance, which he did then, but he's run away again. That's more like it. Let's get rid of that guy. And then on we go. So we've got a little initial force.
The leafcutters have clashed northeast of the nest.
Whilst that's going on, we can get another little group there. Get us almost up to the full 19. You are definitely... I'm pretty sure we're catching up. I don't know. So no, we are 1,700 behind now, aren't we? They did have like at least 3 majors before, didn't they? Which could be a problem. But I might see how that goes. I think we need to upgrade our refuse pile, don't we?
Opposing leafcutters have been cleared from an area to the northeast. Harvesting operations can now continue.
So I'm going to go for it. I don't know why they would... Oh, they're not going to go for that massive route. That's fine. I thought that was an enemy one. Do you know what? Let's pop inside. We've got a nice little group of ants here. They're only level 1, but... Can I see what's going on? Oh, I can. Hello? I think we're definitely going to get our asses handed to us. My word, we are. Yeah, let's just pop those... Put those immediately back there, because wowzers, that is a lot. The size of their refuse pile. That's interesting, that's interesting. So we definitely need to get some majors on the go before we worry too much about dealing with that again, but we've caused a bit of trouble, that's for sure, that's for sure. Let's dig out a bit more of this. Not down there though, let's remember that, not down there. And then let's build some more refuse stores, because we are rapidly filling up. We've got a lot of refuse there as well actually, don't we? I'm hoping... I'd like to see us start catching up a little bit, really. Do I still have to build one? I do still have to build one, don't I? But for now I want to get a few of these upgraded, give us some just proper stores. Now, I don't think we're ever going to have a full 19 majors, are we? So is it worth putting them... Yeah, let's put them there. And if we do go for more medias rather than just going for an upgraded group, which is kind of what I'm thinking at the moment. First things first, we do need to get our last media there. Get it to a full 19. So we have a lot of refuse store now, which is good. We could look at upgrading our leaves, possibly. We do have a bit of wiggle room there yet at the moment. I think they are starting to run low there, aren't they? So let's send them up here. And once this has run out, I'll probably send them over. As long as the enemy doesn't get rid of all that, I'll send them over there, I think. There's one jumping spider, but I don't think he's going to last very long. And then, right, let's start getting our first majors, shall we? I don't know if it's worth getting more workers just to get some more minims. Don't know whether that's a viable tactic. I suppose our waste isn't piling up too much, is it? There's our first major. Off you go, lad.
The
go
leafcutters
harvest.
have raised their first major ant. Its swollen head is filled with muscle to power its crushing jaws. Few stand against it in combat and escape unscathed. This champion
that same
warrior will
spider
make
still?
a fine addition to the colony.
So we'll get a few majors on the go, and then we'll have another harassment campaign. They haven't really pulled away from us, but they have... We haven't started gaining either necessarily.
Cloak of darkness.
So what I might do is I might actually send these over here
emerge from their hiding places.
and just push them back from this area because they seem to be concentrating on that.
Likely meet with an unfortunate end.
So let's do that. There should be a couple of majors around somewhere. Oh, there's one. There we go. Yeah, you best run, mate. This is not the place for you. Let's go do some more harassing. What's the little one? Oh, it's just a little A little beetle. So let's push them back from here temporarily. I say that, and then they've all buggered off.
Overwhelmed by the defensive leafcutter forces, the harvestman decides to make a swift exit.
Now, here we go. Here they come. Now, what I'm hoping you'll say in a minute is you have pushed them back. That's what I'm waiting for. Well, that's a major. Let's see if we can take out the major. We should have our own major. Where's our own major?
One of the ants has fallen prey to a young, leaf-mimic praying mantis. Once in range, its long razor-clad
Well, they do have a couple of majors now, but ours is finally getting involved.
Lightning speed.
Thank you, mate. I think we've got two there, actually, don't we? Okay, this is a bit different. This should be a bit, well, even in the odds, but I think we're doing okay.
The opposing atta colony has retreated from one of its sites.
Perfect. All I'm going to do is I'm going to move them straight back into this group.
Foliage ripe for the picking.
They'll grab some leaves and then they'll head back to the nest. And then they can actually take care of this dude here as well. So I think he's a little bit unopposed at the moment. I was hoping a couple of them would go to the defense, but not quite yet. Oh, there we go. A few more getting involved now. That's more like it.
Predators are loose in the nest.
In the nest?
The larvae must be protected.
Not sure we had that before. I'm not happy with that situation at all. Alright, now we can send them back out there. These ones getting harassed. They are a little bit. Now they've got some trap jaws to deal with as well. It's a pain. Yeah, we're still not gaining on them, are we? What have we got here? Majors are best but used defending supply lines and leading the charge into battle. So is it best that we put those in a separate group and leave them around here? Is that what that's saying? Ooh, let's get rid of that. Oh, we need to turn the food gathering on, don't we? Yes, we turned it off for the internal battle, of course. So we'll leave the majors there. In fact, they can try and get that.
Will fight to the death.
The ones are running a little low on food. Let's send them up there. Spiny Devil.
A Paracanthus varius bush cricket has spotted.
Oh, it's this thing.
Its thorax and appendages are adorned with sharp protruding spikes, offering 360 degrees of protection and turning its substantial forelegs into a pair of deadly flails. This Spiny Devil will not easily be deterred.
Hopefully it will now. He's got 3 majors on him. But then something else gets involved. So we actually managed to kill our 3 majors and actually took a huge amount of food away from us. That's a little frustrating. And our opponents are now at 2,000 food ahead of us. Okay, so we've almost got our 7 mages. We'll have those soon. Again? Just a single trapdoor round. What are you actually expecting to happen there, mate? It might be time to go harass the neighbours again in a bit, because yeah, this is getting a little problematic. Once we've got our 7th major growing, we'll send the first 6 up to harass the lines, I think. So we don't want them getting any further ahead, really, do we? And then we'll start upgrading some of these medias. And upgrading some of this refuse as well. Oh, that's not the movement tile. That's the movement tile. Let's pop these down. I don't think we're going to need to upgrade the majors, really, so we won't worry about doing a movement tile there. We still can't do a full...
The Antz will fight to the death.
I don't know. Odd. Okay. Sea carrion. Is he carrying his buddy? No, he was carrying that bit of food there, wasn't he? Okay. Well, that's done now. Right. Mages. Head over here. Cause a ruckus. I really hoped you wouldn't go that way, but you're basically dead. I really wanted you just to go from there. Well, that's not an option. So which way are you actually going to go? You're all going to go that way. Okay, that's fine. At least you're all going to catch up to this one. Oh, and he took care of that thing anyway. It's only a little beastie. Yeah, maybe I should have sent them straight up instead. That probably would have made a bit more sense, wouldn't it? But there we go. Right, we are starting to get a little bit...
As the sun rises over the treetops above, the diurnal
food coming in now.
Vertebrates emerge once again to replace their nighttime counterparts. The ants will remain steadfast in their efforts. All must be risked for the harvest.
Right, so when these guys catch up, we can start moving up here.
A fight has broken out over the harvesting rights to a sapling.
There's plenty of food there for us, isn't there?
Opposing leafcutters have been cleared from an area to the northeast. Harvesting operations can now continue.
So we send them over here. And they'll take a really stupid route. No. Everyone come back here. Where are you going? Too late. You're just going to take a stupid route. Okay. Fine. Take a stupid route. There's a jumping spider down there, which is a little problematic. He's in a very annoying position, isn't he? That one's less problematic. We do have a bit of food, so let's upgrade a few more of these. Everything else is looking okay at the moment. So I might send the 2s here first, and then we can head... Oh, where can we head? Over there. Yeah, we'll do that. When they catch up, of course. Lord knows where they are at the moment. There's one. Now there's a few more. We are struggling to gain food now. Why is that, I wonder? Such as because the minions aren't moving much leaf around at the moment. I guess so. Starting to creep up now, though. Only just. Maybe we do need some more workers to get some more minions on the go. Alright, 2s. My little major army. You head over there, my friends. You have some fun. Now this, hopefully, this will, if we can disrupt this supply line, that gives a chance to catch up a little bit. Oh, they're all very low health though, aren't they, my guys? Well, apart from one. Not exactly ideal. Got a couple more about to join in though, which is good. Some reinforcements.
The leafcutters have secured a vital harvesting site.
Nice, okay, cool. And then go straight... Ooh, maybe not quite yet. Okay, now go. Well, there's an enemy major there, look. Well, there's a few more, actually. This might be the end of our majors. Particularly if they've managed to upgrade... Yeah, they've definitely upgraded their medias. I suspect they've upgraded their majors as well. Okay, well that's over with. Let's stop any more getting involved. Well, there's one more just joined in, I think, isn't he? Oh, the ones that ran out of food? And there's food right there, ones. So, let's upgrade a few more of these medias. And then maybe we'll think about going on a bit more of a... Oh my word, hello lads. It's a war you want, is it?
The leafcutters have clashed due north of the nest.
So I've turned off everyone's food gathering and I sent everyone up here. So hopefully we'll be able to hold them off. It's a shame I just upgraded those medias because we could probably do with that extra food for hatching, particularly if we lose a couple of majors. It's going down. It is going down. There are a lot of enemy markers there. We're going to lose this fight. We have lost this fight. Okay. That's fine. It's not... Stop it. Everyone retreat. It's not ideal, but it's fine. So we'll just wait for our losses to recoup, which I think they have at this point. And we'll get a few more leaf in stock. I wonder if they can harvest this one. I don't think they can they? Once they've got a bit of leaf in stock, though, we'll launch a counter-offensive against them. In fact, we'll probably launch a counter-offensive over here. Take care of this one over here. And what I'll do, in fact, is I'll send the ones over there as well to gather leaves from that direction. There's no ramp up this one, is there? Oh, there is, actually. Let's do this one then. We'll still send the twos over there to take care of that. Okay, we've absolutely almost no refuse. We've got a little bit of food coming in. A little bit hesitant to upgrade many more of the medias for now. Just want to get a little bit of leaf store in, get a little bit of our resources up.
The leafcutters have clashed to the northwest.
We've caught up ever so slightly in terms of the leaf gathering. What's happening here? I thought they were going to come and counter-attack here, but that's fine. So they're still going for this little bit of territory. They'll be coming down here in a second. So I do want to get a counter attack on the go.
The leafcutters have secured a vital harvesting site from their opponents.
Alright, let's move everyone down here. Let's move these guys into this group. We've got a good bit of food, so let's upgrade a few more of these. I don't want to go too crazy, but I might. Okay, I've gone crazy. Well, that extra power is going to be good for us, though. So once some of the media start actually getting involved in this, come on guys. Start joining the main group. Which if that can happen at any minute, what's the point of adding you to a group if you're not going to get involved? So a lot of them are off actually putting leaves into the harvester. They're still going to the 1 marker, look. I'm trying to keep them active by moving them back and forth a bit. Oh, here we go. Yeah, okay, no, here's the counter-offensive. We knew it was coming. They are on the march. Oh, they're actually not coming down here, though, which is interesting. I really thought they would. Okay. Well, now that most of them are gone, let's harass their rear lines.
The ants must fight.
And what we'll do is we'll try and sneak in the nest while everyone's off gathering leaves. That's my plan.
Dusk approaches. As the twilight fades, the daytime creatures withdraw to their hidden refuges to wait out the darkness.
No, this is a bit of a problem because our medias are getting involved with these mages now, aren't they?
The machine will grind on throughout the night.
I think we're doing okay, though. One cheeky guy just went straight down there. He didn't give a damn. Look at the size of that. He's like a level 3 major, isn't he? That's going to be a problem. So we've got a good number of ants down here, but that level 3 is going to be... Oh no, we haven't. That's their ants, isn't it? That's what I'm getting myself confused. Yeah, no, that's their ants. Everyone stop. Everyone go over here. So we have a fairly major problem here, don't we?
There are intruders in the nest.
Yeah, we have a fairly major problem. I just don't know how we're going to get enough together to actually attack them. Like getting a level 3 media takes a lot. Maybe we need to just do like more workers to start with. Maybe that's where I went wrong. Get more workers to start. Just get more leaf coming in as soon as you can. So we caught up a fraction of an amount, but not much. And they are now on force down here, look. And they have got a lot more ants than me, I think. And we've got a spiny cricket thing who's just working its way through our food by killing all our mages. If the 2's can finish off this one to stop him getting on anyone else's case. And Nope, you're just going to go away. You're going to go and recoup a bit, are you? Okay, fair enough, mate. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Alright, there goes the cricket. And there goes that beetle. Yeah, they start shooting ahead of us again, look. Because they have the numbers. Because they have the numbers. I mean, look at how many they've got, look. That's crazy. And meanwhile, our leaf stores can't even get started. The minims are moving it around so fast. Yeah, we definitely didn't need more minims because they've not had to do too much, really, have they? And that can stay out of the way, if you don't mind, matey Jim. I'm running a little low on food down here. There is some down in this corner, I suppose. We could send them down there. And then we're going to have to start thinking about launching another offensive, because they are up to 9,000. So if we don't kill them soon, we're basically done. Oh, one of the twos. The ones may as well stay down here. Get them what little food there is. There's a little few branches over there. They can go for that. So we could really do with a good force over here. We've got most of the majors. If we can get some more of the medias. That would be very useful. We've only got like a handful there right now, haven't we? Out of the 19 that I have somewhere. I have 19 somewhere. Where are you? Come on now.
The ants will fight to the death.
Keeping an eye on the enemy's food. We don't have long. Don't come back. Oh, damn it. Okay, we might have to go for it. Might have to go for it. Let's go straight in the nest. And let's see what happens. I suspect it'll be over in a bit of a flash, but we have to do it because we're only 600 away from winning, so we have to have a last-ditch attempt. There are the level 3 majors. That's going to be the end of us, isn't it? Still a bunch outside getting involved with these guys, but it's stopping them from getting leaves in, which is nice, I suppose. Yeah, we've only got a couple more down there. Nah, they're gone. So this is our little secondary force coming in. Oh my god, these all, look at how many majors they've got. Look at them. That's crazy. How many ants do they have? Nope, and they all died. Okay, so yeah, that's the end of that then, isn't it? That's the death knell for us pretty much. We'll just wait for the enemy to win at this point, which is nicely depressing. I don't think it's as bad a loss as it was the first time round, but yeah, still a fair bit of a struggle. Now, obviously, I would like to do better at this. I do know it's frustrating for you guys when I don't, but you have to bear in mind, I don't get a chance to practice this in between videos. What you see is what you get with these.
Spiders that hunt by daylight are already prowling the leaf litter in search of breakfast.
Are they out of leaves? I think they're largely out, you know. Okay, that's interesting. I'm sure we've rehatched everyone. If we can get another force together, I'll go for a second attack, you know. I don't think we're going to have much of a chance. Seeing as they're struggling to get any food at the moment, or any leaves, they have gone over to another area we don't have very long, but they're still not doing it. They're still not. We think we've broken their harvesting ability, you know. Which is weird. What's this? That's another harvester. Hopefully they can sneak past him. Well, the ones need to go somewhere they can actually get some more food.
The ants must fight.
Ah, they're bringing a lot back now. This is our last ditch, people. Last ditch attempt.
The opposing attack
Where are our mages?
retreated from one of its sites to the northwest, leaving unguarded foliage ripe for the picking.
There's a couple of them, finally. Where have they been? Alright, guys. Let's do it. Most of you seem to be missing. Let's have a crack. You haven't got long. If they sneak a few more past, you're in trouble. Whoever was downstairs is dead, because they seem to be throwing some more medias up at us. Nope. Gone again. It's just delaying the inevitable, really, isn't it? A couple got down there. Look how many mages they've got. That is so much food. In terms of just like resources, that is so much food they've expended to get those mages. They must have like 19 mages, or at least 2 groups of 7, right? The ones have run out of stuff to harvest. Let's send them down in this direction. The 2s, I'd like to get some more mages up here. Oh no, we're done.
As
we're
the
done.
leaves nearby are depleted and the superior hillside atta colony cuts off access to new pastures, the nest falls into ruin. The ants grow weak, the gardens rot, and the queen is left to starve. Her reign has ended.
Why are all my nests disappearing? Minions are just destroying it as they go. They're just eating all the nest up. Okay, okay. Not ideal then, not ideal. But like I say, it's only the second attempt I've had at that level. Let's just very quick. I haven't got time to do another full attempt because it is Game of Thrones night tonight. As I'm recording this on Monday evening, and we've got a friend over in about 20 minutes, so I don't have long at all before I need to disappear. But let's just have a go.
This young queen has successfully raised
Again, 2 groups of 7 workers rather than
forest floor. The nutritious fungus she fed them as larvae is now dwindling. If they don't find
if we put it
quickly,
there, will that
they will all
get
starve.
this involved? 'Cause I'd rather not get
The
that
juicy grubs
involved.
nearby are a staple meal for many underground opportunists, but for now at least, they will go ignored.
Let's see if this
budding
works.
Atacephalotis leafcutter colony has only one viable source of food, and it must be collected above.
No. That's such a pain.
These rove beetle larvae are distant relatives of the European devil's coach horse.
So where could we?
Despite a few million years of
Let's Just hit restart a second. Let's just have a little bit of a play around. We've got a little bit of time.
This young queen has successfully raised her first daughters beneath the leaf litter of the rainforest floor.
Whoa, now we don't need to do that, do we?
Larvae is now dwindling.
Okay, restart that again a second. Let's just test that again. So if there's no need to harvest that or dig our way through that little piece of land, then why would we? So we just go up 3.
This young queen has successfully raised her first daughters beneath the leaf litter of the rainforest floor. The nutritious fungus she fed them as larvae is now dwindling. If they don't find food quickly,
I think we're in the same position, aren't we?
Starve.
We're in the same position. It hasn't actually changed anything, unfortunately. I don't think. Should I do it just to make sure? I'm pretty sure it's exactly the same. Let's make sure. It's a shame we just can't get it up that one closer, isn't it? Yeah, no, it is definitely the same. Definitely the same. So it's not the fact I don't mind digging out that little creature, a little larvae, in relation to the devil's coach horse larvae.
Successfully raised her first daughters beneath the leaf litter.
I'm just trying to figure out where I'm going to put my first leaf.
The nutritious fungus she fed them as larvae is now dwindling. If they don't.
So we put it there. And it was this one here that caused the problem.
The juicy grubs nearby are a staple meal.
So we can't go there.
Opportunists. But for now, at least, they will go ignored.
So what if we just do that then?
Atacephalotis leafcutter colony has only one viable source of food, and it must be collected above ground.
I don't know if these two will get involved. I think they probably will, won't they, looking at it? Definitely will. Dang. Dang and blast. Okay. So I'm sure this is what people who have more time to play end up doing, just doing all these little things to test, which is great. Like I say, I unfortunately don't have the time to do that outside of the recording, so I know people have previously been a little bit, like I say, frustrated that I don't win every level, but each level's a learning experience for me. Definitely not going to get it in there, are we?
They will all starve.
Let's go right over the exclamation mark. It's not going to go in there. So what about like there? Just a little closer to the nest, but a little further from the... Nope.
These rove beetle larvae are distant relatives of the European devil's coat.
So as soon as you go to the right of that blocked off piece that you can't dig through, you in trouble. Yeah, so we can't dig that one out.
This young queen has successfully raised her first daughters beneath the leaf litter.
We can't dig those ones out.
Floor. The nutritious fungus she fed them as larvae is now dwindling.
I think it's probably the best bet then is just to put it a little closer. I think it was up there before, wasn't it? So if we put it there instead.
The grubs nearby are a staple meal for many underground opportunists.
Oh, can't press escape to resume.
But for now at least, they will go ignored. This budding Atacephalotis leafcutter colony.
And then how close can you get on this side then?
And it must be.
That's the next question. We wouldn't want it there, would we? Because it's definitely too close. If we put it like here, oh, that's too close. And I wanted to extend that to 19 at some point. So that's the first 7 to get some workers down. If we do that... Nope.
These rove beetle
that is such a pain. Such a painfully annoying location it's in, isn't it? Yeah, I was just looking over at one of the comments from Nigel from last time round. He says you need to have at least 30 workers, 25 soldiers, and 15 mages. I had, what, 19 soldiers,
is now dwindling.
14 workers if you include the nursery ones, and 7 mages. That's a lot of food that I'm not getting hold of for some reason.
But for now at least, they will go ignored.
So this needs to go a step below where I had it before, which is there.
There's only one viable source of food.
So this needs to go here.
Above ground.
So what I'm thinking is we need to we could get maybe 2 groups of 7 workers to start, just so we get more. More food coming in to start. So if that's where it's going to go to 19, that's a space, that's another one. Probably going to need, what did he say, 30 workers, 25 or 30 workers. So we've got the 19 and a 7, that's not far off, I suppose, is it? So that'd be the outside of this one, so it'd actually have to go here. That doesn't seem right, does it? Space, go there. No, it could go there somewhere. But then I have to knock it down one. Yeah. I feel like that should be able to go across one. Yeah, it could definitely go there, couldn't it? Yeah. So that's where the second worker would be.
The small scouting party of minor workers could lead any number of deadly jungle creatures back to their undefended.
Need to get them out quicker. It's definitely a bit slow in getting them out then.
And luck on their side.
And we need to get a refuse pile on the go. I'd rather not get that guy involved, but won't have much of a choice in the matter.
Soft enough to be sliced up with ease.
I think it's a good place for a refuse. Let's put it like over here. But then it's taking up prime estate for actual stuff you might need, isn't it? That's the problem.
Are not eaten directly. Instead, they are used by the very smallest.
So let's just do that
to cultivate a nutritious fungus.
And that's where the refuse can go, which is definitely going to get this guy involved, but not much we can do about that at the moment, is there?
These rove beetle larvae are distant relatives of the European devil's coach horse. Despite a few million years of separation, they share the same carnivorous appetite, razor-sharp pincers, and most importantly, a fearsome. Okay,
so that's what we're going to do next time then. Just work on the workers, I think. Get 2 groups of 7 workers.
The Antz activities outside
then we can get
have not gone unnoticed.
19 medias on the go. And then we can look at getting some majors. Where we're going to put the majors, I'm not sure, because we can't really dig into here, can we? No, that's like a dead area, really, isn't it? So if you move this further down... So there, space, there.
The queen is in imminent danger.
And then, yeah, we could fit the majors in there. Okay, let's just restart that a sec. Just so I can get a good handle on what it is I'm going to do. So I'm going to dig up here.
This young queen has successfully raised her first daughters beneath the leaf litter.
You can immediately dig that out. We are going to put
fungus she fed them as larvae is now dwindling. If they don't find food quickly, they will all starve.
Leaf one in there. We're going to put a worker one there. We're going to put another one there, which is going to be a 19. And it wouldn't, would it? Just be a 7 because it's for the workers. I don't think we're going to have the full. But we might do. We might do. That was the whole point, wasn't it? We might do. So that one there. We'll have the medias there. Oh, if I... Yeah, no, it's messed up somewhere, hasn't it? Why did that mess up somewhere? What did I do? Where did I go wrong? This will be the last time. Like I say, this is just me playing around, really, just trying to get an idea of what it is I'm going to do. So we're going to do this.
This young queen has successfully raised her first daughters beneath the leaf litter of the rainforest.
We're going to do that.
floor. The nutritious fungus she fed them as larvae is now dwindling. If they don't
That
find
could go
food
lower,
quickly,
couldn't it?
they will all starve.
So the leaf nest is going to go there. The leaf, not nest. That can't go there. That has to go one lower. So the first worker one's going to go there. Second one's going to go there. We need to get another 19 in here somewhere. While still having, so not there. That's where it's going to go. No, it's not. So when you have a lot of those lines on the screen, it gets really trippy. So we can make it there. It'd go there, wouldn't it? I don't think we could shift that up one. No. Because you need to have 3. So that's how that's the layout of the nest. That's what it's gonna. And then our refuse would just be here, as it was before. Just a bit of a higgledy-piggledy mess, really, because it's just a refuse thing. I suppose if we do that to start with, and then they can deal with that afterwards. So yeah. So leaf store, refuse, workers, medias, majors. We'll have to have another major nest somewhere. Maybe we'll just have it like there. Okay, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I sort of wanted to do this so I could I'd have a bit of a reference, so I could look back before the next video and get a good idea of where it is I'm gonna put stuff. I haven't really got anything up there, but then it's a bit too far from everything, isn't it? We want everything to be relatively accessible to the queen. So that's what I'm thinking anyway, that's my plan. So we'll do 2 groups of 7 workers straight away. That's the first thing we'll do. So one over here, and then one over here. As soon as we've got the 7, we'll start working on the 18 medias. Do we want to do that in 2 groups of 7 so we can split them between the 2? Oh, I don't know, do we? I don't know, actually. Maybe I do. In which case we could just have them underneath here, couldn't we? That could just be the second group of medias, which is a little further again, but someone did say actually they do slow down going through nurseries, so ideally you don't want them all to go through nurseries, but space is quite tight in this nest, unfortunately, isn't it? I suppose we could put them over here. I wonder if like somewhere over here would be possible. And if we like scout through, so if we make the refuse and then have like a gap there. Doesn't leave a lot of room for the refuse to grow, I suppose, does it? Anyway, gonna leave that there because it's now 5 minutes till Game of Thrones time, so I'm very excited about that. If you have watched it and you want to talk about it, please don't put any spoilers in the comments. I don't want to have to remove comments. It makes me feel bad. You don't want to make me feel bad, do you? So if you do have any suggestions beyond what I've sort of laid out roughly there, whether you think I should have 2 groups of 7 medias to start with, to go with the 2 groups of 7 workers, and then we'll build up from there perhaps. That's an option. thoughts on having nests so they have to travel through other nests. I've never had much of an issue with it personally, but like I say, someone did comment and say that that isn't particularly advised, as it does cause them to slow down a little bit, which we do want to avoid. But I mean, if there's a difference between having them there and then having like a path going, like not having that media nest, having another media nest like over here instead, getting rid of this one and then having to have a path going up there.
The most accessible leaves are located.
Is that going to be faster overall? Is it just quicker for them to go straight through the nest? I don't know. Let me know down below what you think. As I said, thank you so much for the support on the last video. Really is appreciated. Hope you don't mind the fact that I didn't manage to do this level again this time, but like I said, it's a learning opportunity. And as I said to someone in the comments, everyone's just in a bit of trial and error at the moment. And I'm sure a few of you will have played this as well. Come up with a good strategy, and you can let me know a good strategy down below, which would be very, very useful. So if you've enjoyed the video, please do click the like button. That's really appreciated. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Any questions or comments, leave them down below. Like I say, get back to you as soon as I see them. If it does take me a while, it might just be because there are quite a lot of comments to go through, so don't fret too much if it takes me a few days. I will get to it. I will get to it. Now, I do stream every Wednesday at 6 PM, streaming Assassin's Creed Odyssey, so slightly different to Empire: The Undergrowth, but it still involves attacking the enemy, I suppose, so they got that in common. So hopefully I'll see you there at around 6 PM UK time. This week, I should say, I guess it might be a little different, just because the Valve Index VR headset is due out, I think. The general guess is around 6 PM UK time, so there might be a bit of a delay. I'll still be on stream probably. There might be a bit of a delay while I look into that and whether I'm going to throw some money at Valve for that or not when they actually announce the full spec, so we'll see. So around 6 o'clock, that's when the stream will start. Otherwise, I'll see you next time in Empires of the Undergrowth, and as always, thank you very much for joining me.